Hello everyone and welcome back to the breakdown. Today I'm going to be teaching you exactly how to start a Minecraft 1.14 server. Yep, you heard that right. We're going to go through every single step of making a Minecraft 1.14 server. Now the first things first, this is not a 24-hour server. It is only up and running when your computer is up and running. Not all the time, only when your computer is up and running and only when you're actively looking at and managing the server. It also is not a server that you want to give to everybody and anybody. You only want to give this to your friends and family and people you trust. That is because it's hosted on your own IP address. Because it's hosted on your own IP address, anyone with this IP address can figure out everything from like where you live to even take your internet offline via DDoS attack and things like that. So if you want a 24-hour server, if you want a server that is up all the time, you want a server that is DDoS protected, you want a server that you can give out to everybody and anybody in the world, your solution is Apex Minecraft Hosting. Go to the first link down below, the breakdown.xyz/Apex. Get an awesome 24-hour DDoS protected Minecraft server running 1.14, running mod packs, running anything and everything you want, whether it's a 1.14 server with plugins, whether it's a mod pack server like Sky Factory 4, whatever you want to do with an Apex server. If it involves Minecraft, you can do it. We actually use them to host our own server, play.breakdowncraft.com. So again, you can check out Apex, the first link down below, the breakdown.xyz/Apex, to get an awesome 24-hour DDoS protected server for you and your friends. Additionally, Apex just takes 5 minutes to set up a server over there. You see how long this video is? Yeah, it only takes 5 minutes to set up a server over at Apex, so go check them out. Again, first link down below, the breakdown.xyz/Apex, and thanks to them for sponsoring this video. Nevertheless, let's go ahead and jump right on into this. First and foremost, you need to go to the second link down below, and there are a lot of links down below, but everything you see up here in the tab bar is linked in the description down below. So once you're here, what you want to do is scroll down. And this is actually our tutorial on starting a 1.14 server. So if I go a little fast in this, you want a text guide. Here it is. This is our complete text guide to doing that. But nevertheless, once you're here, you want to click on the Download Minecraft button. As you can see, this is the Download Minecraft server file. When we click on that, it takes us here where we'll see Download Minecraft_server.1.14.jar. See that? Go ahead and click on that, and it will download in the bottom left. Now, you will need to keep this file, but it's from Minecraft.net, the official creators of Minecraft. So we are 100% safe to go ahead and click Keep on this file. See that? Keep there? Click that. Now, if you're on Firefox, it's pulled up as something similar in the center of the screen. There, you need to click Save File. Now we go ahead and minimize our browser. Here on my desktop, I have the server.jar. However, it might not be on your desktop, and if it's not, no worries. Click on the little icon. It's in the top left for me, but it's in the bottom left of your screen. That little Windows icon there. Click on that and type in downloads right like so. You'll have a downloads folder here. Go ahead and click on that, and it will open up the downloads folder. Drag the server.jar from your downloads folder to your desktop. Once it's on your desktop, we do need to create a new folder. So right click, then go to new, then go to folder. You can name this whatever you want. I'm going to name it play.breakdowncraft.com. Why am I naming it that? Oh yeah, because that is our 1.14 grief protected survival server. Incredible native 1.14 survival. It's a jobs-based economy. You will absolutely love it. We've also got 1.12.2 custom skyblock. So come play with us on play.breakdowncraft.com if you're looking for just an awesome survival server with you and your friends. But nevertheless, once you've got your folder created here, you can drag and drop your server.jar into that folder. Go ahead and open up the folder you created. And now we want to come down here, right click, and create a new text document. You see new text document there? You can just leave this title new text document, just click off of it, and then open up the new text document you created. Now, go to the description of this video. Like I said, tons of useful information down there, and you will see this. And basically what this is just a list of all of the different amounts of RAM that you can use on your server. I gotta space them out correctly here. There you go. And as you can see, there are 4 options down below: a 1 GB server, 2 GB, 3 GB, and 4 GB server. So we're gonna go ahead and do a 4 GB server today. However, most likely you won't need to do a 4 GB server. You can probably just run this on 3 GB or 2 GB. However, it is going to be using your own computer's resources. Like I said, if you don't want to do that, you're going to need an Apex server. So we're going to copy that and paste it over here, just so we get these formats right. This is how it'll look in the description, right, like that. So now you want to make sure that it is like Java on the first line all the way up to no GUI, and then pause on the second line there. Once you've got that, we can go ahead and do File, Save As on the new text document we created, And then we need to save this new text document. However, we're not going to save it as a text document. We're going to call this run.bat. So run.bat. Right? Exactly like that. Run.bat. Now, save type needs to be all files, right? So we need to save type as all files and name the file run.bat. Then go ahead and save the file. If we close out of it, we will see that we have a run.bat file. It should have like some cogwheels there. And then this new text document we created, that can go away. We don't need that anymore. Now go ahead and double click on the run.bat file. And at this point, it should go ahead and do exactly what you saw. It should kind of run some stuff, but then say you need to agree to the EULA. But what if it doesn't? What if you don't get the EULA? Well, we have a solution for you. Go to the description down below and it will have this, which is the download the Java development kit. I think it's just called download Java in the description. But once you're here, this walks you through how to download and install the Java development kit, which you need not only to run a Minecraft server, but to run Minecraft mods, do all sorts of different stuff when it comes to Minecraft. So you need to download this from this link here. This will get you the correct version that Minecraft runs on. After that, if you've downloaded this and you still can't get that EULA file to appear, you just need to fix your jar files. So you can come to the description down below. It's called the jar fix. Go down there and this walks you through how to run the jar fix and repair jar files on your computer. Nevertheless, once you've done that, we can come back and we should have the EULA.txt. Right, so once you've ran the bat file, everything's run, you should have an EULA.txt. Go ahead and double click on that. Go to this link, read the EULA, all of that stuff. If you agree to it, go ahead and change EULA equals false to EULA equals true. TRUE, exactly like that. Then go ahead and do file save, right like so. Close out of that file, and now you can double click on the run.bat file. At this point, if it fails, just make sure you agreed to the EULA correctly. There shouldn't be a space after the equal sign. It should literally be all one word, EULA equals true, right like so. But nevertheless, as you can see, everything is loading on in. We are preparing the spawn area, which actually does take a little longer, I've noticed, in 1.14. I don't know why that is, but once this is loaded up, we'll be able to play on the server locally. So what that means is if like your friend is in the same house as you, they can play on this server. However, I don't know about you, but I want my friend from across the world or even from their house across town to be able to play on this server. And if they're not on the same internet connection as you, we're going to need to port forward in order to pull that off. That's not a big deal though. We've helped millions of people port forward, so let's go ahead and jump on into it. So as you can see, we do have done over here. So we're going to go ahead and stop the server by typing stop in the console here. No slashes or anything, just stop. Stop, all one word, and hit enter. That will go ahead and close out the server right like so, and press any key to continue. That's what we've done, and now that closes out. So now what we need to do is come up to the top left for me, but it's in the bottom left of your screen, that little Windows icon there. Click on that, and then type in CMD, right like so. Then you'll have this command prompt. Go ahead and click on that to open it up, and in command prompt here, type ipconfig, ipconfig, all one word, and hit enter. Now, there's a lot going on here, but there's only a few things we need to focus on. So first and foremost is our IPv4 address, which is right here. We're going to need that. I would recommend taking note of it for later, but it is something you need. You also need your default gateway, which is right here. Now, if you have a bunch of numbers and you don't have it in this format, so your format should basically be 192.168.1.whatever. Now, it doesn't have to be those same numbers. It could be 148.132.1.742. It doesn't matter what the numbers are, but it should be 3 numbers, followed by 3 numbers, followed by 1 number, followed by 3 numbers, which is, as you can see, what our IPv4 address and our bottom default gateway are here. Now, if you have all these IPv6 addresses, you currently can't host a Minecraft server on an IPv6 address, so you'll need to find your IPv4 address for that to happen. It should be listed here, but if it isn't, you will need to get that in order to host a Minecraft server. Unfortunately, IPv6s cannot have Minecraft servers hosted on them as of right now. Nevertheless, let's go ahead and write these numbers down. I'm just going to create a new notepad document to make sure we've got those. So over here we need the IPv4 address, so I'm going to make note of that, IPv4. There we go, and then we need the default gateway, right like so. and that is going to be 192.168.1.1, right like so. So now we've got that, we can actually close out of command prompt. We don't need that up anymore. First thing we want to do is actually focus on our IPv4 address here. We want to take that and open up the server.properties file. So open that up. You might need to open it with Notepad, but that's what you do need to open it with. If it's like, what do you want me to open this with? Just open it with Notepad. Once you're in here, you'll find the server IP, which is located right here. For that server IP, put your IPv4 address. So go ahead and copy that IPv4 address and paste it where it says server IP. Then go ahead and do file, save for your server.property file. And then we need to open up our browser. So once we've opened up our browser, we need to take that default gateway and open up a new tab, right like so. And then take our default gateway from over here and just paste that into our browser like we're going to a website. For example, in the same place that you would search, put in youtube.com or thebreakdown.xyz or breakdowncraft.com. Wherever you would put there, go ahead and just type your default gateway right there into the search bar and hit enter. It will then open up a page that looks exactly the same, but most likely completely different from what you're seeing right now. And if that's the case, that is okay. There will be one similarity. You'll probably get some kind of login box, whether it's styled differently, whether it just pops in from the top up here. That could also be the case. But you will have some sort of login box. Now, what do you enter in this login box? Well, of course, we have a link in the description down below, which you can go to that will show you everything you need to know about finding your router's password. Shows you how to find the username, shows you how to find the password, gives you 5 different methods to do so, and by method number 5, you will have found your router's password. It's a pretty simple process and very, very easy to go through. It has helped over 75,000 people. Once you've done that, we can come back over here, enter that information, and log right on in to our router. Now at this point, we do need to port forward. Now if port forwarding overwhelms you, you can get a server with Apex Minecraft hosting. You do not need to port forward with an Apex server. Literally, all you have to do over at Apex is say, I want a Minecraft 1.14 server, and you are pretty much done. So go over there if you don't want to port forward. However, if you do, we do have an in-depth guide on it, which is linked in the description down below. This guide right here will show you how to port forward on all of the top routers out there. I think there's over 10 different routers listed in that video. And then we do have this general guide on port forwarding as well if you just kind of need me to go through this slower. So nevertheless, once you've done that, and once you've gone there, probably watch that video for your router, you can come back over here and I'm going to show you how to port forward on this router, a Linksys router. In the meantime, I'll also give you all sorts of different names that port forwarding could be on your router. So on mine, it is in security. For yours, it could be in advanced. It could be in advanced. It could be in apps in gaming. It could be in port forwarding / port triggering. It could just be called port forwarding. So for me, it is in security. And then it is in apps and gaming. So once the security tab is open here, it is in the apps and gaming tab. And then it's in single port forwarding. So for me, it's in security, apps and gaming, single port forwarding. Then I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And now we need to add a new single port forward. You can name this whatever you want. In my case, I'm going to name it Minecraft just because it's a Minecraft server port forward. But you can name that whatever you want. For your external port, for anything to do with port, as a matter of fact, you're going to put 25565. External port, internal port, port 1, port 2, doesn't matter. 25565 is what you're going to want to put in there. For your internal port, again, anything to do with port, you want to put 25565. For your protocol, you're going to do either both TCP or UDP /TCP. It doesn't matter which one you do, but you need to do both of them. Then for your device IP, this is going to be your IPv4 address. In my case, it's going to be 192.168.1.184. Nevertheless, once you're done with that, you can go ahead and click Save, click OK, click Apply, get the changes done, and you have port forwarded. It is that easy. However, again, you do not have to port forward with an Apex Minecraft hosting server. It is only when you are creating your own server that you have to port forward. But nevertheless, once you port forwarded, you will land right here on kind of the main screen of your router. And now we need to get one more thing for you to be able to join your server, and that is your public IP address. So again, this is on your public IP address, and if you go to the description down below, you will be able to get a link to find your public IP address on our website. So here it is, your IP address is. Now this is all blacked out for me, but you can kind of see the things that websites and people can get from your IP address. It says your region, where you live, it says your city, it even gives gives latitude, longitude, coordinates, because that is what you can figure out from an IP address. That's why it's so important to only give this to people you trust. And if you want to host a server that you can get to everybody, Apex is your best option. But nevertheless, get your public IP address from here. You can see the first 3 digits of mine because I want to show that in game as well. But once you've got that, we can go ahead and minimize our browser. So you've gotten the public IP address from the link in the description down below. And once you've done that, you've come back to your desktop where we can go ahead and click on the run.bat file. That will go ahead and start our server. At this point, I'm also going to go ahead and open up Minecraft. And then once we're in Minecraft, we can go ahead and click play to launch into Minecraft 1.14. Once this says done over here, your server will be able to be joinable, and you're going to give this public IP address to your friends, your family, anyone who wants to join your server are going to join off of this public IP address that we just got from the link in the description down below. The breakdown.xyz/what's-my-IP. So nevertheless, once we're here, we can go ahead and click on multiplayer, and then we're going to log in just like any other server. Wait, what is this? Play.breakdowncraft.com, the best Minecraft server in the multiverse. Come play with us. We are updating to 1.14 today, actually. So nevertheless, that is going to be fixed, and you'll be able to join off of 1.14. But nevertheless, I'm just going to direct connect to our public IP address. Boom, as you can see, the 4 digits there are the same as what was on our website earlier. Now we can go ahead and click join server, and it will launch on, and we'll see it join in over here in the console. We can also go ahead and op ourselves. That'll allow us to go into creative. We did that by typing OP Nix Games over here in the console. As you can see, OP, and then my username Nix Games. Your username will be different. So whatever your username, do OP space your username in the console. And now we can do everything. We can even go game mode creative if we want to. And let's say we'll get a crossbow, because why not? It's actually one of my most favorite features of 1.14 is the crossbow. We can bring it back and fire. It's actually a really, really cool feature. I don't know why I love crossbows so much, but you better believe that this is going to be like my primary weapon in all of our 1.14 Let's Plays and stuff. See if we can hit the cow. But what? Okay, there it is. All right, all right. If you do have any lag on your server, so let's say that for whatever reason you're, I don't know, you're lagging, you're jumping back. It might even be saying, server can't keep up over here. If that's the case, you need to add more RAM, and if your computer just can't keep up, you're going to need to host your server somewhere else externally, like Apex Minecraft hosting. But nonetheless, if you do have any questions, please let us know in the comment section down below, and be sure to come play with us at play.breakdowncraft.com if you're looking for just an incredible 1.14 survival server. We have you covered. It is the best in the multiverse, and we don't just say that. It is 100% unique, awesome, vanilla-based survival with a jobs-based economy, quest, all sorts of awesome stuff that you will absolutely love over at play.breakdowncraft.com. Nevertheless, my name is Nick. This has been The Breakdown. Thank you all so much for swinging by. I hope you enjoy your Minecraft server, and I am out. Peace.